Okay, hey everyone. Today I will be making the week 6 AMS quiz for math. I'll also be doing the quiz for the algebra periodic that is on Tuesday. Okay, we'll start with question 1. So, to combat global carbon emissions, engineers are seeking innovative solutions to incorporate renewable energy into modern systems and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. One proposal involves using high-altitude wind turbines attached to the tethered balloons to generate electricity for ground facilities. One advantage of using the tethered balloon is that it flies at a height of 200 meters. There, the wind speed is approximately 30% higher than it is at ground level. If the ground speed is measured to be 20 kilometers an hour, what speed is it at 200 meters above the ground? Okay. So first, we know that the wind speed up is 30% higher than it is down, right? So what we're gonna find is that we're gonna find 30% of 20, so 0.3 times 20. This gives us 6 kilometers an hour. Now, this isn't the speed that is up. This is the speed of how much this is how much faster it is up 200 meters in the sky than it is on ground level. So this is the difference in the speed. Okay. Now what we're gonna do? We're gonna add it. We're gonna add it to 20. 20 plus 6 is equal to 26 kilometers an hour, and this is our speed up in 200 meters. Okay. Question. There's a part B. So let me just go to it. Here. If the tether is pulling the turbine at an angle of 40 degrees and the vertical height of the turbine is 200 meters as shown in the diagram, approximately how long is the tether? Okay, so let's let the tether be called T, just to save ourselves some time. Since this is a right triangle, we're going to apply the trigonometric ratios. So, okay, we have 40 degrees. What is given to us is the angle that is opposite to 200 degrees, or sorry, opposite to 40 degrees, which is 200 meters. This is the side. So this is our opposite. We also want to find the hypotenuse. So what relates the opposite with the hypotenuse? The sine of the angle. So sine 40 is equal to 200 over the tether, which is t. Because remember, the value for sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, whatever. You guys should know this. This is grade 9. Now, you multiply by t on both sides to get t sine 40 equals to 200. Then you divide by sine 40 on both sides to isolate t. So t is equal to 200 over sine 40. You do this on a calculator and you get 200 over sine 40, 311.1. They want us only integers, they don't want decimal places, so it's just gonna round to 311 meters. By the way, if it sounds like I'm sick a bit, it's because I am. I'm kind of sick. Whatever, though. Question 2. The above function d models the distance in hours and meters. Sorry, Jerry has to swim to reach the end line in a competition after swimming for 40 seconds. After how many meters can Jerry swim each second? So our function is dt equals to negative 0.08 plus 50, right? Now you can straight away just say it's this value here, 0.08t. I forgot to add the plus 50. The 0.08t is because this is the one that's being changed, right? This is the value that's being changed. However, the way you can solve it, and just to verify, is using derivatives. So let me just rewrite this in a better way. 8t plus 50. Okay. Because if you know, you should know this, a derivative is the rate of change. This is what a derivative is. This is the definition of a derivative. It is the rate of change, right? So we derive this function to see the rate. And it's changing how many meters Jerry can swim. This is the rate of change, the meters, the distance. So d prime of t is equal to, let's derive this. If you know the derivative rule, let me write it down. If f of x equals to sorry, let me just rearrange this. Let me make it neater. If y equals to x to the n, then dy by dx is equal to n times x to the power of n minus 1. This is the derivative rule. Okay, now that we know that, we just apply the derivative. So Keep in mind, by the way, a derivative of a constant is always 0. So this one, d over dx is equal to 0, right? This one, this derivative, it's going to be, this is to the power of 1, right? So we multiply the power of 1, so it's going to be negative 0.08. Then 1 minus 1, because we subtract 1 from the original power, it's going to give us 0. Something to the power of 0 is going to give us 1, so this is our derivative. d prime of t is equal to negative 0.08. Okay, this is our answer. Now you might be asking, type, okay, the answer here is negative, but in the answer key it's positive. Okay, it makes sense because it is the guy Jerry is swimming to the end line. So the distance between Jerry, let's say that here is Jerry, and here is the end line. Okay, the distance between him will gradually decrease. So this is why we do it's negative. However, it's we don't need to know about the signs, so we just put it positive. Question 3. Let me erase this as well. Okay, this question is about translating what they give you into a function. So Alan lives in a town of 500 feet of altitude, 500 feet above sea level. He drives from his home uphill, blah, blah, blah. Let's just see what they want. They want build a function h that models altitude. So h of x, let's first say that. He starts off at 500, right? His town's already 500. Now his friend's home is uphill, so it's plus, right? Now, for each 3-mile drive uphill, his altitude increases by 50 feet. So it's going to be 50 over 3 because we're measuring his altitude, right? So for every 50 miles, for every 3 miles, he increases by 50 feet. So 50 over 3. Now this would be only for the first, times 1. So this would be only for the first 3 miles. But however, we want x, right? So this would be only for the first mile. We add the x to show how much, so he can drive x miles from home. This is our answer. That's it. So question 4 now. Okay, the function given is graphs in the xy plane. Find the axes, intercepts, and the slope of the graph. Straight away, we can identify the slope. When you have an equation in the form y equals mx plus c, m is the slope. Okay, m, the coefficient of x, is this going to be the slope. So what this means, right? We have this here. We have f of x. I'll just write it down to make it clear. Negative 2x plus 3. Our coefficient of x, which is m, which is again the slope, is negative 2. So our slope equals to negative 2. This is our answer for the first part. Now the x-intercept. X-intercept means when y equals to 0. Right? This is they're basically telling you find the value of x when y equals to 0. This is what the x-intercept is. So what we do, we substitute f of x is equal to 0, because remember, y is f of x in terms of graphing functions. So 0 equals to negative 2x plus 3. You take 3 to the other side. Negative 2x equals to negative 3. X is equal to negative 3 over negative 2, which equals to 3 over 2, which equals to 1.5. So x is equal to 1.5, y equals to 0. And you just translate it. Now, if you forgot how the coordinate system works on a Cartesian plane, or an xy plane, that's what they call it, the coordinate goes x, comma, y. So what you'd actually do for the x-intercept, 1.5, comma, 0. Okay, now for the third part, which is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the opposite of the x-intercept. So it is when x is equal to 0. Now this one's the easiest one of them all. So f of 0 is equal to negative 2 times 0 plus 3. This cancels out, this makes 0, so this is going to be 3. This is our answer. So you graph it on the Cartesian plane or the xy plane, it's going to give you 0, comma 3. Okay, question 4. Or question 5, sorry. Similar thing. They're basically asking us to find an equation for this line. Okay, first we start by identifying our points. We have this point here, first of all. Let me choose a different color. We have this point here. This point is 4, 0. This is our x-intercept. Now, the x-intercept isn't really useful to us. We can use it when finding the slope. It makes it really easy to find the slope. Let's see what other points with whole numbers we have, to make our lives easier. We have this point here. Now this point is actually useful to us. This is 0, 5, right? This is our y-intercept. Now, I forgot to say this in the other question, but the y-intercept is actually used in the equation, right? So when you have y equals to mx plus c, c is the y-intercept. So this means basically we can start modeling our function like so. Y is equal to, we don't know our m, I don't know why I wrote a, because some forms use it as x plus c plus whatever. Mx plus 5. 5 is our y-intercept. Okay? Now, after this, you find the slope. You should know what the formula of the slope is. Equals to y2 minus y1 over x2. That was a mistake. There we go. x2 minus x1. Okay? So we have our points. We just want to substitute in our values. Let this point be x2 and y2, and we're gonna let the 0, 5 be our x1 and y1. Okay, perfect. So m is equal to 4 minus, it's gonna be 0 minus 5 over 4 minus 0. M is going to equal to negative 5 over 4. So what our equation actually is y equals to negative 5 over 4x plus 5. Now this looks ugly, right? And even in the answer, they don't want it like this. They want it x and y on one side, and they want it all in whole numbers. So what we're going to do, we're going to rearrange the way they wanted to. We're going to take the 5 over 4 and the negative 5 over 4x to the other side. So it's going to be 5 over 4x plus y is equal to 5. They don't want it in a fraction. They want it as all whole numbers. So we multiply by 4 on all sides times 4. So so we distribute, right? 5 over 4 times 4 is just going to be 5x plus 4y is equal to 5 times 4, which is 20. This is our final answer. Sorry. Question 6. A linear function f is defined such that f of x decreases by 8 units. And remember, f of x is y. So y decreases by 8 units for every 4 units increase in x. So we're just going to save these. If you notice, this is our slope, right? It decreases by 8 units, so minus 8 over an increase of 4 units over 4. This is negative 2, so which is equal to m. Right? So we already have part of our equation. Let's just use f of x. F of x is equal to negative 2x plus, we're going to keep reading the question. The graph of f of x in the xy plane has a y-intercept of 200. So they gave us the y-intercept. They gave us c. Remember, because it's in the form of y equals to mx plus c. C is the y-intercept, as I told you. So it's given to us, so negative 2x plus 200. Now, they don't want it like this. They want it rearranged, so it's going to be f of x is equal to, we're going to rearrange both of them, 200 minus 2x, and this is our answer. Okay, question 7. A giant watermill wheel is installed along a riverbank to harness energy. See the diagram below. Okay, this is the diagram. The wheel has an external diameter of 76 meters and its size point is 81 meters above the riverbed. The wheel rotates in the direction shown by the arrows. How the letter C in the diagram indicates the center of the wheel. How many meters M is above the river point as point C? Okay. So we know, ignore this number because this is the diameter of the circle plus the riverbed. This number is D of the circle plus the riverbed. So B bed of R. This we don't want it. We can find the diameter if they didn't give it to us. We can just do 81 minus 5, which will give us 76. So let's draw it. 76 meters. Okay, this is our diameter. Now, they said C is the center of the circle. And this line is going from the bottom, from the circumference of the circle to the center. If you notice that this is the definition of the radius. This is generally just the definition of the radius. So this is R. Okay, and this point R, we can also write this, was not necessary. Point R is also a radius. But I don't think we need that, so I'm not going to write this down. Okay, now you know that R is equal to the half of the diameter. So R is equal to half times 76, which equals 2. 0.5 times 26, 38. Now, 38 meters, so we're just going to write down 38 meters here. 38 meters is how high C is from this end of the circle, from the circumference, right? We don't want it from that. We want it to the bottom. We want it here, to the riverbed. So what we do, we add 38 plus 5 to get to the actual riverbed, because this is what it's going to be. Like this. So we're going to label it height. So we're going to say h equals 38 plus 5, which equals to 43 meters. And this is our final answer. Now we move on to part B. The wheel rotates at a constant speed, completing one full rotation in 20 minutes. Emily watches the wheel starting from the lowest point marked as P. Where will Emily's observation point be after 15 minutes? Okay, I don't know why I wanted the battery point. Now, it said that it maintains a constant speed and it rotates every 20 minutes. Okay, she observed it when it's 15 minutes into its rotation, so 15 over 20. This is 3/4, right? This is 3 over 4. So we're just gonna do it like so. 1 over 4. This is 1/4. This is gonna happen in, I believe, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, it's gonna turn to Q, and then in another 5 minutes, it's gonna be R. So this is 10 minutes so far. This is half. This is half a rotation. 3/4. So we add another 5 minutes, 15 minutes here. It's gonna be at point T, right? So it's gonna be at T, and this is our answer. Yes, okay, question 8. Drew is driving his car to his parents' home. The table shows D, blah, blah, blah. Assuming that the relationship between T and T is linear, what is the value of K? Okay. Linear means it's with a constant slope. This is what the slope is. It's with a constant rate of change. So, because if you do derive a linear equation, you'll get a constant. So this is basically what they're telling you. Okay, we notice here it increased by 15, right? And when it increased by 15, the D decreased by 8. Now, this increased by 15 times 3. Okay, 45 is 15 times 3. So this basically means that this 65 will decrease by 8 times 3. Because remember, it's linear, it's the same rate. So what we're going to do, 8 times 3 is 24. Now don't put 24 down because that's not the answer. What we're going to do, we're going to subtract 65 minus 24 because that's how much it changed. 65 minus 24 is equal to 41, and this is our final answer. Okay, question 9. Multiply. Okay, I'm gonna cut this into its separate thing. So that's a new page. We're gonna leave it like this. Okay. Now, this question is gonna have a lot of factoring, and everyone factors in their own way. I factor in my way. Not a lot of people understand my way, but it's my way. If you want to understand factoring, I think in the first 3 or 2 videos of Sabis being easy, like if you go to the oldest videos, in grade 9, I did make a video about factoring, or questions that had factoring in them. So you can check those out, and I will show you how to factor the proper way, according to my teacher. But to be honest, every teacher, from what I've noticed, every teacher factors in a different way. My new teacher does not factor the way my old teacher does. So I'm gonna factor in my way. So first we're gonna factor this 3x minus 9. Now you notice that 3 and 9 are both divisible by 3. So 3 is the common factor. So this factors 2. 3, we take the 3 out of both because it's common. X minus 3. Right? This part of factoring, everyone should understand. This is every teacher taught it the same way. Now this, when you factor quadratics, this is where it changes. Let me just write it properly. 3x minus 9. Wait, no, that's not what I want. 3x minus 3 over, this is where our actual equation is going to be. So I'm going to erase this. Now we're going to factor this. X squared plus 3x minus 10. Now, my goal is, on my way of factoring, I need to split the b term. So this is a, this is b, this is c. I need to split up the b term into 2 numbers that add up to make the b, and they multiply to make c. You're not going to understand, but now when I show you. Okay, so let's factor this. X squared. We keep a the same. We split b into 2 numbers that can add to make b, but can multiply to make c. So, what 2 numbers can this do? So, 5x and minus 2x. Plus 5x minus 2x minus 10. You can see now. Plus 5 minus 2 will give me plus 3. So, they did add up to the b. They add up to the b term. Now, if you multiply 5 and negative 2, you're going to get negative 10. So they did multiply to the c term. This is what it is. Then what I do, I just split it up. X squared plus 5x minus 2x plus 10. Now, if you noticed here, it says minus 10 here. I know, because then when I eventually distribute the negative sign to this, it's going to get negative 2x, and then plus with minus turns into minus. So I'm thinking about what it's going to distribute to, right? I'm explaining this way of factoring to you. You don't have to understand it. Then what I take out, I factor the common in each of these. So x is common in both of them, so I take x out, x plus 5, minus 2 is common in both of them, I take 2 out, x plus 5. You notice now that this and this part here and this part here are both the same. This is the only condition where we can factor like this. So let me just remove this now. Perfect. So now what I do, I group these two together, the x and the negative 2. X minus 2 into x plus 5. And this is the factor of this whole equation. So let me just write it down so I can erase everything. X minus 2, x plus 5. Okay. Now, this multiplies by, we factor this one as well, the top one. We're going to factor everything. X squared plus 2x plus, minus 15. Okay. X squared plus 2x minus 15. Two numbers that add up to make positive 2 and multiply to make negative 15. So x squared plus 5x minus 3x minus 15. Just to confirm, yani 5x minus 3x, 2x, it does add up to make 2x, and it multiplies to make negative 15. Perfect. Okay. So x squared plus 5x minus 3x plus 15. We take x out as a common factor, x plus 5 minus 3x plus 5. So we group them together, x minus 3 into x plus 5. Okay, so x minus 3, x plus 5, this is our answer. Perfect. Now we erase everything here. The bottom one now, x squared minus 5x plus 6. So, two numbers that add up to make negative 5 and they multiply to make 6. X squared minus 3x minus 2x. So minus 3x minus 2x plus 6. Right? Because if we add these two up, it's going to make negative 5. And if we multiply them, it's going to make positive 6. So we're just going to group them. X squared minus 3x into one bracket minus, let's put the minus sign here, 2x minus 6. So we take the x out as a common factor, x minus 3 minus 2x minus 3. Right? Then we do x, I'm just going to put them into the equation directly, x minus 2, x minus 3. Okay, this is our final fraction after factoring. Keep in mind, Akid, you don't have to factor the way I factored. Yani you're factoring the way you understand your factoring, it works just fine. If not, if it's better for you, it's better for you. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cancel out my terms. So, x minus 3 cancels, let me do it in a different color. X minus 3 cancels out with x minus 3, perfect. And x minus 2 does not cancel out with anything. X plus 5 will cancel out with x plus 5. Okay, so what I have now, this equals to 3x minus 3 over x minus 2 into x minus 2 or x minus 2 squared. Right? Now the school does not want it like this. The quiz asks it for 3x minus 9. You just distribute the 3 over x minus 2 squared. So let me just check. 3x minus 9 over x minus 2 squared. Perfect. Okay, question 10. Now, 1 root of 5x squared plus 58x minus 24 equals to 0 is 2 over 5. The other root is blah, blah, blah. Okay. For this one, now I'm going to teach you two ways. First, you can do it on a calculator. So, if you have one of these calculators, you press mode on your calculator, right? You have all of these. You're going to press 5, then you're going to press 3. Okay? Then you enter your values respectively. 5x squared, so you're going to put 5 on A. Remember, the general form of the quadratic is ax squared plus bx plus c. So these are what each of the letters mean. A, B, and C, these are what they mean. Okay? So this is what you do. You put them respectively. So like if they rearrange the equation, so they might put it as 58x plus 5x squared minus 24. This isn't, so then you would put 58 as your a. Don't do that. Your x squared is your a. Okay, so let's do it like this. They gave it to us in general forms, so we don't need it. Plus 58 minus 24. Okay, x1 is 2 over 5, which is the one that's given to us. Now we're going to find the other root. x2 is negative 12, and negative 12 is your answer. However, not everyone has an equation solver. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to show you how you get back out from it. The way you go out from this is you press mode again, and you press 1, and خلاص, you're back in your calculator. But some people don't have equations like this. Some people don't have a calculator with an equation solver. Please get one, by the way. What we'll do instead, we're going to solve using the quadratic formula. So x is equal to negative b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, this is the quadratic formula. Now, simply, we're just going to substitute in our values. Negative 58. Oh, sorry, I put in b. 58 are b. Remember, a, b, and c. Negative 58 plus or minus root 58 squared minus 4 into 5, let's just extend this, into negative 24. All over 2 times 5, so 2 into 5. Now, in the written part, you would expand this and solve, but on a calculator, we're just going to leave it like this, because this is the easiest way to solve it. So, we're just going to substitute in these values, we're going to put them into our calculator. 58. Now we're going to have to consider each case at a time, because this splits up. This is a positive, this is a plus or minus. So this actually splits up into blah 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 plus blah 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 all over whatever, and it splits up into whatever minus whatever all over whatever. So it's two cases. Okay, I just erased the whole thing. It's fine. 58 squared plus minus root, or no, negative 58. Negative 58 plus minus 58 squared minus 4 into 5 into negative 24 all over 2 into 5. This is our equation. Okay. So, negative 58 on a calculator plus root 58 squared minus 4 into 5 into negative 24. All over 2 times 5. Okay, this gives us 2 over 5. So this is the root that we already have. 2 over 5 plus. Keep the plus in mind, because you might mix up whichever one you have. You might have found using the plus, the only other case is the minus. Okay, now instead of rewriting all of this, you can just press the up arrow on your calculator, or sorry, the side arrow, not the up arrow. Then you press 2 times to go here. You go up until you find the plus value here. So the plus, the plus or minus, you change this plus between the negative 58 and the root into minus. That's it. And then you get the other root, which is negative 12. So negative 12 minus. That's it. Done. Okay. Question 11. Application of the cosine rule. Okay. So this is just a triangle. This is a really easy one. First, I'm going to explain the cosine rule. Given that this angle is A, this angle is B, this angle is C, and this side is A, B, and C. The rule states, let's take you want to find A, the side opposite of angle A. A squared equals to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. Okay? This is the cosine rule. Now, we're just going to apply it. Instead of the letters, we're going to have numbers. So we're going to make a triangle. BC, so it's ABC. BC is 6, AC is 11, C is 60 degrees. Okay, cosine rule now. Perfect. You want to find AB squared. So we're going to call AB x. X squared is equal to 6 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 6 times 11 cosine 60. Okay, so you have all your numbers. Now all you're going to need to do is just find it. X squared is equal to 36 plus 121 minus, what's 36 times 11? minus 396 times 0.5, because cosine 60 is 1 over 2. Okay, you do all of this on a calculator, which will give you x squared, which is what we want, by the way, because AB is x. So this is going to be 36 plus 121 minus 396 times 0.5. It's going to give you, 1 second, 36 plus 121. I did not do it properly. Okay, let me see what I did wrong. Give me a second. Let's rewrite it down. X squared equals to 6 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 6 times 11 cosine 60. Let's substitute this into our calculator without anything else. 6 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 6 times 11 cosine 60. Okay, yeah, it gives us 91. I don't know what I did wrong. Equals to 91. This is our final answer. Because remember, AB is x. We're making it x squared. They want AB squared. If they wanted AB, it would be root 91. You can't simplify this, no. So this is just our answer. Question 12. Am I recording my audio? Please tell me I am. Am I? Okay, that's good. Encoding overloaded. Don't tell me it was. Okay, so question 12. Given RST with ST 10 root 3, whatever. Let's just begin writing them down. Now, one of our sides, let's say it is RST. One of our sides is 60 degrees. The other one is 30. Okay, add them up. This equals 90. So 180 minus 90 angles in a triangle make 180 degrees. This is going to be 90 degrees. Now, there's a property you should know about a triangle whenever it's like this. Whenever you have 60 and 30 and 90. It's called the 60, 30, 90 triangle. Or 30, 60, 90 triangle. What it is. So given this, now, we'll use this diagram. Okay? The angle between 90 and 60 is x. The hypotenuse is 2x. And the angle between 30 and 90, or opposite of 60, is x radical 3. Okay, now we're just going to apply this, right? We're going to do what I did here, except with actual numbers. So, RS is the angle, so we're going to find it. ST is 10 radical 3. Okay, we don't need it. This is x. ST is x, because it's between 90 and 60. We're going to do 10 radical 3 times radical 3, because remember, this is going to be x, so this is x radical 3. So, 10 radical 3 times radical 3 is equal to 10 radical 9. Now 10 radical 9 is equal to 3. So this is going to be 10 times 3, which is equal to 30. This is our final answer. Keep in mind this property. Now they might also ask you about another property. Let me just draw it now. When you have 90 degrees and 45 degrees here and 45 degrees here, okay? In this case, it's going to be, these two sides are going to be equal, because this is right isosceles triangle. So it's going to be, let's call the side S and S, and then the hypotenuse is going to be S radical 2. Keep this in mind. These are really important and really helpful to you. They save you a lot of time. Perfect. Okay, question 13. Below is the graph of a function y equals f of x drawn in blue, and the graph of y equals g of x drawn in red. F of x is greater than g of x, and all points such as that x is greater than 3. Okay, you just have to know where these 2 points intersect. Because if you notice here, they want where x is f of x is greater than or equal to g of x. Okay, now this is going to be either at any point of intersection. Now let's just look. Okay, this is the point of intersection between them. Let's see below the point of intersection. Remember, the red is g of x, and the blue is f of x. Okay. Now, before this intersection point, you can see here f of x is less than g of x. Below x equals to 3. Okay? However, after you reached x equals to 3, it's gonna be at x equals to 3, f of x equal g of x. Right? Because they both intersected, they have the same value there. However, after that, after x equals to 3, so greater than or equal to x equals to 3, here, you're going to see that the blue line is bigger than the red line. It has more value. The value is going to be, the y value is bigger. So as you can see here, at x equals to, that looks like 3.5, it looks the f of x was 4. Meanwhile, g of x was like slightly less. F of x, yeah, whatever. Okay, now that you know that, you just have to find out where it is greater. So you can see here that the values are gonna be greater at x greater than 3. So at x equals 2, or x equals to greater than equals to 3. There we go. This is our answer. Question 14, consider the equation, blah, blah, blah. Now, a lot of people, I'm betting their first thing was to think that they have to expand this. And to be fair, it wouldn't be that hard to expand with a calculator. However, you're in a math exam, you don't really have the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply the zero product principle, something called the zero product principle. Whenever you have these, instead of expanding all of this, you can just set this equal to 0 and set this equal to 0. So let me show you what I mean. 3x minus 21 is equal to 0. Right, you take 21 to the other side. 3x is equal to 21. X is equal to 7. Okay. And 2x plus 16 is equal to 0. 2x is equal to negative 16. X is equal to negative 8. See, instead of expanding then using the calculator to solve for x, you just do this. It's much easier. Okay, question 15. Consider the equation 2x squared plus 12x minus 54. Okay. Now, this you can, I believe you can factor. Yeah, you can. So we're going to factor. This is 0. Keep in mind your first choice should always be factoring, then not completing the square, quadratic formula. You can factor using completing the square, but it's a bit complicated. It's actually just using completing the square. But whatever, don't use it. So you take 2 out. They're all divisible by 2. Keep this in mind. Divisible by 2, divisible by 2, divisible by 2. So we're going to take 2 out as a common factor since it's all divisible by 2. X squared plus 6x. What's 54 divided by 2? I think 36. No. It's going to be 27. Let me just make sure with a calculator. 54 divided by 2, 27. Yeah, minus 27 is equal to 0. Okay. Now this, I don't know if you noticed, this is much easier to factor. We can divide by 2 on both sides. The 2 cancels with the 0, so it's just going to be x squared plus 6x minus 27 equal to 0. Okay. Now, you factor this. X squared plus 6x minus 27 is equal to 0. What numbers add up to make positive 6 and multiply to make negative 27? Well, negative 27 is 9 times 3. So it's going to be x squared plus 9x minus 3x. Because remember, we're getting negative 27. And the b term is positive. So the bigger term, you're going to split it up. The bigger term is going to be the positive one. Minus 27 is equal to 0. Okay. X squared plus 9x minus 3x minus 27 is equal to 0. Or let's make this plus. Okay, so we take out x as a common factor here. X plus 9 minus 3x plus 9 equals to 0. So you set this x minus 3 into x plus 9 equals to 0. Okay, now you solve using the zero product principle. So we do this, which erase. Okay. We're going to split this up. X minus 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 3. X plus 9 is equal to 0. So x is equal to negative 9. That's it. These are your two answers. Now, of course, if you have a calculator with an equation solver, just do it with the equation solver. Why are you doing it like this? But some people don't. So I'm teaching them the way you don't. I mean equation solver as in the one I just showed you. This one, the 5. But press 5 then whatever. Okay. The equation x squared minus x minus 90 equals to 0 has a positive root and a negative root. Give the positive root. Okay. So, what we're going to do, you can, let's not factor it. Actually, can we? Let me just check. You can also check if your factor works like this, by the way. So we're going to press 3, 1 minus 1. Actually, no, you can't do it. You can do 10 minus 9, x squared. Minus 10x plus 9x minus 90 gives 0. Okay, because then if you notice, it's going to give you positive, it's going to give you negative x here, and it's going to multiply to make negative 90. So we're just going to split this up. X squared minus 10x plus 9x minus 90. equals to 0. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take out x as a common factor. X minus 10 plus 9x minus 10. So it's going to be x plus 9, x minus 10. Now, this equals to 0. X plus 9 equals to 0. X equals to negative 9. They want the positive root. So this is not what we want. So x minus 10 is equal to 0. X equals to 10. And this is our answer. Okay, question 17. Solve the equation of the form ax squared. Okay, the only root of the equation here. Okay, so 9x squared plus 1 equals to 1. Obviously, you're going to take this to the other side. It's the only logical thing. 9x squared is equal to 0. What thing you multiply by any coefficient, any whole number will give you 0. Any number in general, it's going to be 0. So 9, so you solve, divide by 9 on both sides. X squared is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. This is your final answer. Question 18. One root is one root of the equation. Okay. 2x squared plus 9 equals to 1. Now, you're going to take this to the other side. 2x squared plus 8 is equal to 0. This is not easily done. Okay, let's just factor it. So, we take 2 out as a common factor. X squared plus 4, I believe, right? You take 2 out as a common factor. X squared plus 8 divided by 2 is 4, yeah. Okay, you divide by 2 on both sides. This cancels because 0 divided by 2 is 0. X squared plus 4 is equal to 0. X squared is equal to negative 4. Since when does a number squared give you a positive number? Now, if they tell you, I explained this in another video, I think the one about differentiation, which is the derivatives. This basically means you can do this using complex numbers or imaginary numbers. However, they want real roots. Now, if they wanted the actual answer, they wanted the imaginary answer, you would do x is equal to root negative 4. Now you split this up, is equal to root 4 times root negative 1. This is going to equal 2i. This is our solution. This is our imaginary solution. I equals to root negative 1. You don't need to know this. Ignore this, right? But however, they want you real roots. A real root is not an imaginary number. Now, there aren't any real roots because, as you saw, it gave me x squared equals to negative 4. This is not possible. No real... Let me just use the notation, using the actual notation. There we go. Okay, question 19. They want us to derive here. Simple. Dy by dx is equal to 12x cubed plus 4x. Okay, what I would do, honestly, I would factor this. 4x, 12 divided by 4 is 3, x squared plus 1 is equal to 0. Or we're not going to set this equal to 0, whatever. This is our derivative. Okay, at x equals to negative 1, dy by dx equal to 4 times negative 1 into... let's not factor it. It's not needed. We only factor it when it's 0, because when it's 0, it actually makes it easy, but we don't need it now. 12 negative 1 cubed plus 4 into negative 1. Okay, so this is going to give us negative 12 minus, or sorry, wait, 3x4, 3 times 4 is 12, 4x, yeah, okay. How did they get negative 20? I got negative 20. That is negative 20. That's x equals to negative 1. So you do this on a calculator. Negative 1 cubed plus 4 into negative 1. Negative 16. I derived wrong. Minus 4x. I am blind. I did not see the minus 4x existed. Okay, I am really sorry. I am sick today. Not really the best day for me to make a math video. بس يلا معلش. dy by dx is equal to 12x cubed plus 4x minus 4. This is our answer. Or no, yeah, minus 4. Okay, so at x equals to negative 1, I kicked something off, I don't know what that is. X equals to negative 1, 12 into negative 1 cubed plus 4 into negative 1 minus 4. Okay, negative 12 minus 4 minus 4, because this is going to give you negative 12, this is going to give you minus 4, and this is just minus 4. Negative 20, and this is your final answer. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Okay. Question 20. Find the state. Okay. Given the curve C, y equals x cubed plus 3x squared plus 102. Okay, first you derive 3x squared plus 6x. This constant derives to 0. Okay. Now the stationary points. The stationary points is where dy by dx is equal to 0. Okay. So here I would actually recommend you factor. So 3x into this became x plus 2. This is going to equal 0. Okay, perfect. Now 3x is going to, so this is, we're going to split this up. 3x equals to 0, x equals to 0, which is a, and b is equal to x plus 2 is equal to 0, x is equal to negative 2. So we substitute this in there. Perfect. So what we have right now is 0 and negative 2. So we're just going to write it down. A is equal to 0, whether or not we didn't find it yet. B is equal to negative 2, we didn't find it yet. Okay, now we're going to substitute in these points into the actual equation. So y is equal to 0 cubed plus 3 times 0 squared plus 102 to find at x equals to 0. This is going to equal, this is going to give 0, this is going to give 0, this is going to give 102. So our A is going to be A 0, 102. Now, this is where you're going to use the negative 2. So at x equals to negative 2, y equals negative 2 cubed, we're going to put this in brackets, plus 3 into negative 2 squared, plus 102. Y equals to negative 8, right? Yeah. Plus negative 2 squared is 4, plus 12, plus 102. It's going to equal to negative 8 plus 12 plus 102, 106. So at B is equal to negative 2, 106. And this is our final answer. A طبعا was 0, 102. خلاص, these are our answers. Okay, question 21, which I think is the last one. Does it go to 21 or 31? Oh no, it goes to 22. Never mind. Okay. What is the gradient at, okay. So we're going to dy by dx, 6x to the power of 5 over 3 minus, what was this? 24x to the power of 7 over 4. Okay, this can cancel out. So we're going to go here. 6 and 3, this makes 1, this makes 2, so 2x to the power of 5. Let me just write down dy by dx here. Minus 24 and 4, this makes 1. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So 6x to the power of 7. Now, at x equals to negative 1, so at x equals to negative 1, 2 into negative 1 to the power of 5 minus 6 into negative 1 to the power of 7. This is going to give us, you do it on a calculator, even though it's actually just 2 plus, this is going to be negative 2, and equals 4. 4 is our final answer. Okay. Given the curve C with equation, okay, so this one, you're going to derive again. Dy by dx is equal to 3x squared plus 8x. The constant always derives to 0. Okay. At x equals to 2, what we're going to do now, we're going to just solve. Dy by dx is going to equal to 2 squared plus 8 into 2. So this is going to equal to 12 plus 16. It's going to equal to 28. This is, by the way, this is our gradient. This is m. ny equals to mx plus c. This is our gradient. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this. They want the equation of the tangent, we're gonna make the equation of the tangent. So y equals to 28x plus c. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna substitute x equals 2 in the original equation to find what the y value would be at x equals to 2. So y equals to 2 cubed plus 4 into 2 squared plus 10. Y equals to 8 plus 2 squared is 4, 16 plus 10. 8 plus 16 is 26, plus 10, 36. So 36 is equal to 28 into 2 plus c. This is the y equals mx plus c, by the way. Okay, so this is where we are now. If you didn't understand the step, let me just re-explain. So we have this equation, right? Y equals 28x plus c. Our y value, we need to find it. We found it to be 36. So 36 is equal to, and x was 2. So 28 times 2 to find c. We did this to find c. Okay. So why did I erase that? 36 is equal to 28 times 2 plus c. Okay, 28 times 2 is 54, I think. Let me just make sure. 56. 36 is equal to 56 plus c. 56? There's no way. Wait. Whatever. Okay. 56 minus 36 will not give me 22 though. I did something wrong. Wait. 2 cubed plus 4 into 2 squared plus 10. This gives me 34, not 36. I miscalculated. Yeah, this would give me 24. Okay, my bad. So this would be 34 is equal to 56, or 28 times 2 plus c. 34 is equal to 56 plus c. So c would equal to 56 or 34. Just erase this. 34 minus 56. So 34 minus 56. C is equal to negative 22. So the equation of our tangent is equal to y 28x minus 22. There we go. Okay. Is that the final question? Yes, it is. Okay. So this was the quiz for this week. I will also be making the algebra quizzes. And good luck, guys.